these Madden ratings, especially what happened with Jeremy Fowler's top 10 list, that's something that I put a lot of weight into. But these Madden ratings have kind of taken over this week as the top story. Shows you where things are as we wait for training camp coverage next week.
It kind of does. Like they're dying for
content,
any kind of content. And football content really kind of takes the cake a lot of times. But the Madden ratings when they come out, which I have never cared about the Madden ratings. The players seem to care for whatever dumb reason.
Yeah.
Like the players.
That's what they grew up on. They can play with themselves.
Right, but they can. Yes, they can. Well done. But isn't it funny how like when the players always criticize the nerds, but who's doing the Madden ratings? You think the IT dude who's putting together the software of the Madden game is a jock? Right? It's like, I don't know why the players care so much, but it is.
Well, they're still criticizing the nerds because they don't agree with their numbers and their ratings.
Yeah, there you go. That's very,
this
very
gives
true.
you the most street cred. Maybe locker room cred is the NFL top 100. It's your peers, but this is what you grew up on playing.
It is.
This is the dream to be on a video game.
It is part of our culture of sports fans, Madden and
I wonder if
2K.
would you rather have your own shoe or be the video game cover athlete for a year?
I'd rather be the video game cover athlete because there's only one of them, and I imagine 10 guys have their own shoe.
Maybe
more, maybe 15 guys, 20 guys, 30 guys have their own shoe. I'd rather be the cover athlete, I think.
What do you think, Troy? Video game cover athlete or your own shoe?
Video game. Without question. I think video game because, like you said, multiple guys have many, many shoes. And we're only talking about the ones here in America. I mean, you got to think about, Klay Thompson has, a gigantic shoe deal, in Asia with some weird shoe company. And so it kind of gets lost in the translation. But, yeah, definitely that. By the way, speaking of the Madden ratings today, it will be the running backs that will be released. Last year, only one running back was given a 99, and that was Christian McCaffrey. Not sure if he'll be a 99 this year.
Zeke over under 84.
I think he'll be an 85.
I think he'll be a high 80. I think there's more respect put on his name, even though, like you guys said, it's a little nerdy. There's 40 categories they go through to break down Madden ratings. I think they're on the national scale. They'll probably put him a little higher. So I'm going to say an 86, 87.
So let's get to the linebackers. I'll save it for when we get to where he ended up on the list. Number 1, Fred Warner from the Niners. We saw him in the playoffs. Number 2, Demario Davis. 3, Levante David. 4, Bobby Wagner. Where's Bobby Wagner play?
Rams now, right?
Yes. He totally forgotten that the Rams went and picked up Bobby Wagner and Allen Robinson. 2 forgotten pickups.
Yeah. Who he play for?
Darius Leonard is 5 off the Colts. Roquan Smith is 6 from the Bears. Number 7, Micah Parsons with an overall rating of 88. Fred Warner's a 94 at number 1. Micah is an 88. Then Eric Kendricks, Devondre Campbell off of Green Bay, and Devin White off of Tampa. And a lot of Tolos. What?
You said Fred Warner's number 1?
Linebackers?
Okay, the linebackers. Okay, just want to make sure because TJ Watt's above him on the Madden ratings and Myles Garrett. So I just want to make sure.
Well, this is where I don't get that upset over the Micah disrespect because he's probably the toughest one to judge when you're talking about linebackers versus defensive ends.
We don't know what position he plays.
Right.
Nobody, not even Madden does.
I'd like to think of Micah as a pass rusher. He would, and the Cowboys, I think, would like to have him playing both. But if you're just going to say Micah Parsons is a linebacker, fine. You can have him number 7 on the overall list. But are we going to talk about him as an edge rusher? Are we going to talk about him as a defensive end? Then we can have a different conversation. And number 7 would be disrespectful and low.
Right. He's the only one on this list, or not the only one. He's one of the few on this list that could do all the things that he does. Some of these guys can, be excellent linebackers, just linebackers.
Yeah. But he's not on the edge rush list.
Right. But is he, are the other guys, is Bobby Wagner capable of doing everything Micah does?
No.
In coverage, in pass rush, all that stuff.
No.
And the answer is probably no.
Right.
And that's why,
Well, it's definitely no in terms of rushing the pass.
Sure. I mean, he's the best. Micah, to me, he's up there in the pass rushing capabilities with TJ Watt. He's that good. as a pass rusher. Of course, I just want him to be a pass rusher. So
here are the edge rushers, just so you know. Myles Garrett, 99. TJ Watt, 96. TJ, 3 points lower than Myles Garrett. That seems a little disrespectful. Nick Bosa, Von Miller, Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, Cameron Jordan with a 91, and then DeMarcus Lawrence on this list with a 90, tied with Chandler Jones from the Raiders, and then Rashawn Gary from the Packers. So Tank with an overall higher rating than Micah, which had some people raising an eyebrow.
Well, this is one of the things you got to look at. Tank Lawrence is one of the best pass rush win rate guys in the league.
What's my name?
That's right. He's top 10 in the NFL in pass rush win rate. He wins his individual pass rushing matchups. He's also one of the few who's also in the top 10 of run stop win rate. So we're talking about a complete player. Just because he didn't get the stat numbers that Cowboy fans want doesn't mean that he's not out there still balling out. He is.
All right, so who's the best defensive player on the Cowboys? Actually, this is just for we'll do front seven.
Okay.
Front seven, number 1.
You're talking about according to Madden?
Yes.
It's got to be Tank.
It is Tank at 90. Micah is second at 88. Who's third?
Van Der Esch?
It is Van Der
Oh, my
Esch. Van Der Esch is number 3 with an 80 overall. Who's number 4?
Number 4. J-Ron Curse.
J-Rod Curse is not in that mix.
It ain't Diggs.
No, front 7.
Oh, front seven. Next. Ooh. Is it Jerry's guy?
It is not Dorrance Armstrong. He's a 70. He is overall 6 on this list.
All right.
It's a defensive end.
If you were thinking of his play, it might be an Inferno.
Oh, Dante.
Fowler.
Wow.
Dante Fowler is 4th. So
my God.
Here's the order. Cowboys front 7. And again, we're not really having a Madden conversation. Now it's kind of just an overall talent conversation. Tank, Micah, Van Der Esch, Fowler. Basham is next.
Oh, my God.
At a 72. Then Dorrance. Then Chauncey Golston, Sam Williams, Jabril Cox, Devontae Bond.
Yeah, breaking news. Devontae Bond is a player for the Cowboys.
Yeah, that's right.
I lost that bet.
These are the ratings for the front 7.
I mean, that is
not a lot of names.
No.
If Van Der Esch is the 3rd best player on your defense or in that mix,
yeah. I mean, you only have in MLB The Show. I think if you're in the 70s, it's like, almost like a bronze. You're not even you're toeing the line for a common card. Just a generic football player or baseball player as it would be. That ain't good. To only have 3 guys on the defense of the front 7 above an 80, that ain't good at all.